friends, welcome back to the channel. What the fuck? Where's the light? Oh, fuck it. Welcome back to my Gig-Olos and Gigolettes. It's me, Gio. Y'all know who the fuck it is. If I seem out of it in this video, it's because I am. Every day this week I've been in the car around 4 a.m. Oh. And working a lot. So it's been wait, no, I don't think that's a lie. No, I started off with a lie. Monday I didn't wake up at 4 a.m. Did I? I honestly cannot remember. Man. Anyway, so I'm gonna do 3 things in this video. I'm gonna give an update on my dear mother. I'm gonna talk about a weird client that I had to cancel the task on, and I'm gonna talk about the most glowing review I've gotten on TaskRabbit, and I don't have my second phone, so I can't read the review. My second phone's at my GMC. This is currently driving the Infinity right now. Alright, so first thing is, so mom, she's gone to the ER. She's had to do hospital visits. I might be wrong on that. I think twice in the last like 3.5 months. So that's more than usual for her. She usually does 3 visits a year because of her cirrhosis. And on her most recent visit, I guess one of the what used to be the surgeon that handled those kinds of, like transplants and all that stuff. He was asking her about this one medication that she got prescribed forever ago, and she said that she hasn't taken it in so many, we're talking, she got diagnosed like 8 years ago, so, or 6 or 7 years ago actually. I was 28, so like 6 years ago. So he asked her how frequently she's been taking that medication, and he said she hasn't because she couldn't afford it, because she explained to me that back when it was prescribed, this medication cost somewhere in the range of like $480 a month, and she's like, I can't afford it. So the doctor's like, okay, let me make some calls. So he called some people, I guess some colleagues of his or whatever, and essentially got her a voucher. So that same medication that would have cost out of pocket, $480, now she's paying like $15 for a month's supply. And oddly enough, so she left the hospital last week, I think it was Tuesday last week she left the hospital actually. And even like I saw her on Christmas Eve, but even like hearing her over the phone, just like talking to her, like she sounds healthier. She's moving a little bit better and everything. So essentially what this medication does is what the medication, I'm not a doctor, so I'm probably not explaining this well, but so whenever her liver gets inflamed, that's when she feels like shit, and she runs a fever, she gets bloated, she can't sleep, she can't eat. It's a giant mess, right? And keep in mind, this is hereditary cirrhosis. My mom was never a big drinker. So, and here's the thing, if you get cirrhosis, if you get it from like drinking, that means you're a fucking raging alcoholic for like 20 years. So you gotta drink a fuck ton to get cirrhosis. Anyway, so the medication essentially keeps the liver from getting inflamed, which means if the liver doesn't get inflamed, it doesn't lead to all these other nagging health issues. So, all right, that's the first thing I wanted to get on there. Second one, so Monday night I was getting bombarded with task requests. Literally after I got home around like 5 or 6. Just one after another were coming in. And not gonna lie to you guys, I was drinking after I got home. I was a couple whiskeys deep, so I wasn't like making small talk with clients or anything like that. I was just, someone booked me, I wouldn't even look at it. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Like, yep, for sure, I'll be there. Yeah. Let's do this, right? So around 8:30 that night, so I agreed to a job to move either 4 dressers up to the second floor and 2 dressers downstairs, or which one or the other. It was either 2 going up and 4 going down, or 4 going up and 2 going down. I don't know. I'm not going to look up the task right now. And so the client sends me a picture of one of them. Okay? So the client calls me at 8:40 at night. At this point, I'm not a little drunk. I'm a lot of drunk. Right? I'm allowed to drink at my own home after a hard day of work. And I'm trying to talk to her on the phone, and she's like, hi, first time using TaskRabbit. How do I do this? Are you bringing someone with you? And like, I think she's trying to politely imply that I should bring someone else, but that she doesn't want to hire anyone else. And I explained to her, I'm like, look, I cannot move a dresser by myself, even with my appliance dolly. If it's over a certain weight, I cannot move it by myself. And if you want to protect your furniture, if you want to make sure none of it gets damaged or broken, if you want to protect your walls, your staircase, you're going to need another person. You are going to need a sec. And she's like, well, I don't understand, because she's like, TaskRabbit didn't say I have to hire 2 people for this job. And I'm telling her, I'm like, it's not TaskRabbit that tells you, like, TaskRabbit doesn't know automatically to book 2 people for a job. That's not how it works. And she's like, your description doesn't say that you need a helper for these jobs. And I'm like, I'm at this point, I'm a little like, I don't even know how to answer something that stupid. I'm like, that's a dumb thing to say to someone. She's like, your description didn't say that you need a helper for these jobs. And I said, if it was something smaller that I can handle on my own, fine. I'm like, this is a 2-man job. And then nothing, silence. And my girlfriend could corroborate the story because she was sitting right next to me. So silence, nothing. The phone hangs up. I remember I gave my girlfriend that look, like that person didn't seem all there, right? And then I get another call through the dummy number that TaskRabbit uses. It's the same person. I'm like, I didn't even take it. Didn't even respond. Called again through the dummy number, through the app. Didn't even respond. At this point, my finger's hovering over the, like, I'm already thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna cancel on this shit. I don't need this shit. This seems more of a headache than I need. And then here's the weird thing. Those of you who are on TaskRabbit, you already know, like, same thing like Lyft. If a passenger calls you, they're not calling you from their personal number, and they don't have your personal number. That's not the way it works, right? I get a phone call, and it's not like a spam call, and I answer. I'm like, I think it's her. And I answer. She's like, sorry, we got disconnected and all this stuff. And it's the same, like, we're going through the same thing we just went through 4 minutes ago, where she's like, I don't know how to hire anyone else. She's like, your description doesn't say you need a helper. And I mean, you guys know me, you see my videos. I'm not confrontational to strangers, but I'm definitely, like, at this point I'm being pushed, so I'm pushing back. I'm like, look, I'm like, look, that's a friendly guy. This is not a one. I cannot do this job by myself. And I was like, you're gonna need to hire someone else. You have to hire someone else. And she's like, well, I don't understand. Like, she's like, do I do this through the app? I don't understand. I'm just like, and then again, it goes to just silence. Like she's like thinking. I hear her breathing, but I don't hear words. And I'm just like, I just hung up on her. I go into the app, I cancel the task. And then I get a text message, not a chat, from the client. A text message from the client's personal number, which I never gave her my number. I don't know how this person got my personal number. And said, sorry, still trying to figure out, like, she said, we got disconnected again, blah, blah, blah. And I just ignored it. I'm like, yep. I emailed TaskRabbit support. I'm like, I don't know how this happened. This person didn't seem to understand that they need a second person, and I couldn't make them understand. And then I said, I don't understand how this person got my personal number. But yeah. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is a glowing review I got for a job yesterday. So I don't know exactly how much snow we got yesterday, but it all started coming down around like 3:45 p.m. where I was. And so I that job finished around 5. I messaged the client because the client was only 15 minutes away from the other. My 6 p.m. job was only 15 minutes away from my job that just finished. So I said, hey, we can knock this out earlier if you want. He's like, sorry, because the snow is going to take me a while to get home. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So he got home around 5:55. The job was moving I'll leave a picture here. The job was moving a stacker washer and dryer, a defective one out of the apartment into the garage, and the new one up to, 3 staircases into the house, into the condo, whatever it was. And we had to use my appliance dolly. I'll leave the review somewhere over here somewhere so you guys can see it. And even with the appliance dolly, this job was hard because this was a learning experience. It's something I just encountered for the first time. Moving around or shifting anything on the appliance dolly with snow, the wheels on the dolly don't spin. So now we're not rolling anything. We're sliding, like. It wasn't so bad. The easiest part was actually on the steps. But in terms of like moving it on a flat surface, the wheels would not spin at all. Like not at all if there's any snow on the wheels. So after we moved out the defective one, he looks at me, he's like, I think we should just hold off on getting the new one in. And I told him, I'm like, let's just do it, man. And the snow is coming down. This was like when the snow was at its heaviest. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, hey, man, let's just do it now. And, let's just get over and done with. He's like, okay. So getting the old one out took about 15 minutes. Yeah. Getting the new one up took like 25 in the fucking blizzard with snow just coming down, with the dolly getting no traction. And yeah, so that was about a 45-minute job. He paid he billed him an hour in the app, and then he paid me $60 in cash. So I made out pretty well on that job. But he left a really, really nice review, and it lines up with, because on TaskRabbit you can leave pictures in your profile, and people can click on them, and you can leave a little a little description of what the job was. So people see that review, and they will see the washer dryer, and they'll be like, okay, this guy can handle it. We can hire him. He's got equipment, good attitude. We can fucks with that. So yeah. All right, guys. That's all I got for this one. Thankfully, mom's doing better. Yeah, that weird client. Weird. I think she was playing dumb, or she might have been a little cuckoo. I don't know. I heard the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in her voice. And then the glowing review. And that guy was cool as fuck. And he drove a Ford Bronco. So I was jealous. I do love Ford Broncos. Free OJ. Alright, guys. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank you all for watching. Everyone, I'm going inside to buy some booze. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay healthy, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time.